have to use the word attack in everything we do.
91 Colt, twins right plus, 91 Colt.
From the shotgun, Mintz to the handoff to Moore. Running left, cuts inside, across the 25, angles right. Moore is loose. 15, 10-5, touchdown. Jacquez Moore takes it home from 32. Second and goal off the 15. Here comes pressure. Lost it to the left. Higgins got it. Touchdown. Spinning his way in for his first score of the season. And so to throw here on first down all day. End zone shot. Anthony. He's got it. Touchdown. What a strike. 27 yards to double the lead. In motion comes Brown left to right. Here's the snap. Waits. Keeps it himself, rolls right, fires, end zone, touchdown. Samir Higgins with his second of the night, and it's 30-17. Brown will have a chance to return this one from the 22-yard line on the left side of the field, angling right. He's got a wall across the 35 and 40. Brown is loose, one man to beat, down the right sideline. Quayshawn Brown takes it all the way home for the touchdown. Speed from number 7 to tack on another, and it's 37-17. Jonathan Packey dials up here. Here's the snap. They bring a little bit extra help. It's Stinson. He throws. Batted. Intercepted. Picked off. It's Trey Freeman. And the Blue Devils take over with 25 seconds to go. Up 21-20. And they got their arms reaching for that bell.
I think what I was most proud of in year one is we established an identity. And I think of that in two different ways. Number one, I think about schematically, defensively being very aggressive, the large number of sacks, tackle for loss, turnovers, the things that are built into our defensive DNA. And then on offense, being aggressive, attacking, taking shots down the field. Ultimately, the type of offense that would attract high caliber quarterbacks and high caliber players, which proved to be true. And then there's another identity too of just being mentally tough and resilient. We play in a league, I think college football now in general will have more and more close games. And I was just proud of the identity of our guys to not panic and persevere in tight situations.
Here's the snap. Right design run being pursued. He's chased in the backfield. Down he goes! Brought down by Rivers. Back at the 13-yard line. A huge tackle for loss.
I think a big part of it is a bunch of the guys last year are still here. But you have to keep your composure in those situations. As soon as you start to let your emotions get out of hand, that's when they kind of spiral. You trust the scheme, you trust our coaches, and we trust in each other. So that's the biggest thing. And then in practice, we do it every day. We're doing some sort of ring the bell, situational drill. I mean, the whole team's watching your one-on-one. It's kind of builds up, helps you get ready for that crowd atmosphere almost. Because most guys you don't want to send out there without having a little bit of extra motivation behind them to make sure that they really lock in and do their thing. So I think those are what helped us propel. And last season, I think those will be the things that help us win the close games again this season.
And just the effort that we play with, how you chase the ball on defense, getting second efforts on offense, the standard of ball security, just things that everyone knows win and lose, but not everybody really can maintain that same standard day after day and week after week. And so I always say it's simple, just never easy to keep your eye on those things that have stood the test of time.
For me, it's not too hard. I committed to a 3-9 football program. When I came to Duke, we were, factually losers in that regard. But it's something I carry with me, and I try to transfer down to the young guys that, winning isn't guaranteed. And the guys who are older than me, who actually played on that team and were a part of it, they know it too. I mean, we all know what it feels like to not be respected, to have people looking past you. And I think it's an edge we never want to lose here at Duke. We always want to be gritty and just with that underdog mindset.
What's going to decide our league might just be a quarter or two, right? Even if you look at our season a year ago, you know, we had a couple bad quarters really kept us out of Charlotte. And that's going to be the way it is every year. And there's probably, you know, half the league can probably say the same thing. So the number one thing is just to be there and to be present, to be us, you know, and I think that sounds a little bit strange, but at times you can be somewhere else. You can not be where your feet are. It's very hard to get the same team to show up 12 straight weeks and play at the same level. And that's certainly what we're trying to do, no different than what anybody else in the country is trying to do. As expectations grow and as goals increase, you can't forget what got you there in the first place. And one thing in college football that we've learned is that you can never assume that last year, you know, trickles into this year. Every year is its own universe. And I think, again, you'll see that more and more given the roster turnover. So you have to always assume you're starting every building at the first level.
Duke All Access is brought to you by Coca-Cola. Passionate fans and an ice cold Coca-Cola. Now that's a winning combo. Fan work is thirsty work. Enjoy a Coca-Cola.
It's the summer sales event with the Ford crew.
It's summer event time, Sam. Great time to buy.
A Ford F-Series truck.
Take your pick. Gas, all-electric, hybrid, and diesel. With impressive towing capability for any size to-do list. Like building a house.
A two-story brick colonial.
Or hauling that boat to the lake.
What?
That's actually on my to-do list.
Oh.
Now get 0% financing with 0 down, plus a complimentary 2-year maintenance plan on a 2025 Ford F-150 truck, only at your Carolina Ford dealers.
Let's go, bud. Hurry up. Come on. I'm a baseball dad. Just because I didn't go pro doesn't mean my kid won't. Give me that.
No pressure, kid. Just everyone watching.
Coach says it doesn't matter if you win or lose the game, but that's what losers say. You gotta swivel those hips, right? And you gotta swing. 4! And if you don't have the right insurance, you can be paying for this yourself. So get Allstate, save money, and be protected from mayhem. Yeah, like me.
Man, here's the deal. Duke football has become a gritty, hard-nosed, high-functioning team that now has a quarterback that's absolutely electric. So I'm excited to see it.
With roster, you know, construction, you're really doing two things at once. You're trying to set your blueprint for what you want the program to be long-term, but you also have to respond to your short-term needs, which you can do in the transfer portal. We were able to be much more selective in bringing a smaller group of transfers this year than we did the year before. We brought in a huge freshman class that we think is very talented, and now we've got to develop those guys where they can become the future of the program. So you're always kind of still, you don't ever want to, you know, mortgage away your future, you know, by going all in on the present, but you would now have the opportunity to fill some holes. And we feel like for 2 years in a row, we've done a great job in the transfer portal of bringing in guys that not only can help us on the field, but fit our culture off the field.
I would say the biggest adjustment is just the mindset of everyone. Really, it's only been positive things that have come of this jump from like the FCS to the FBS. Obviously, everyone's a little bigger and faster and stronger, but just the mindset day in and day out of how people look at coming to practice and playing football and what they're trying to get out of this has really elevated my mindset and my inspiration to play harder. I'd probably say that's the biggest jump.
I mean, it's been a pretty easy process. I feel like my teammates have done a great job, including me in everything that we do, whether that's on or off the field. Football is football wherever you go, and so I feel like I haven't, nothing's been too hard. Just obviously being in a new place that you've never been in, around people that you've never been around, something that's, takes some getting used to, but it's been a pretty smooth process so far.
For me, leveling up under Coach Diaz and Coach Brewer, I think that really having Darian back there in the pocket, and how electric he is he's a real dual threat quarterback where he's not going to just stand in the pocket and throw the ball, but he's also not just going to take off every play where really anything can happen. So that really makes every play that we have exciting, even if I'm running a hitch.
On offense, I think it's rather obvious. We have to just be so much more consistent. We were so start and stop, too many 3 and outs. When we look good, we look great. When we didn't look good, we look terrible. There's a lot of things into running the football better, being able to be more efficient in the passing game, and then getting more explosive plays, particularly in the running game. They all go hand in hand. It's not like you just fix this one thing and then, that grows. Offensive football, how all the puzzle pieces fit together really dictates how efficient and how explosive you are. So an improvement in one area will show off as an improvement in all areas.
Griswold takes the snap, another 4-man rush, another good get up by Anthony, nearly knocked the ball loose, and he's got the sack back at the 34-yard line. B.J. Anthony exploding off the left side of that Blue Devil defense, went right around the right tackle green.
Defensively, we assume nothing from year to year. So again, we have to reestablish our effort. We have to reestablish the toughness and the tenacity that we play with. I would say every year the sack number starts on 0, the tackle for loss number starts on 0. But the most important number that starts on 0 is the score. And that's really what it's all about, is finding a way to hold people to 1 point fewer than what we score, and that's how a defense is ultimately judged.
Jennings, a deep drop over the middle, intercepted again! A diving pick by Rivers at the 38-yard line! This Blue Devil defense with their 5th takeaway of the night!
I'm excited for this team, for this defense, for this offense. I just feel like everything's in the perfect position to do what we want to do. It just all depends on us to prepare the right way and just trust each other the right way. Because I feel like the way that Coach Diaz and their staff set everything up, players-wise, scheme-wise, it has potential to do great things, and I'm very excited to see it happen.
Mentally, you have to be able to be built to play 60 minutes. Some teams, when they get into close games, they panic. They start to press. They make mistakes in the 4th quarter, and the old adage that more games are lost than are won, that is true. Second, you have to be really good at situational football. That can be 4-minute offense, 4-minute defense, 2-minute offense, 2-minute defense. Having that mindset to go win a game. There's a bunch of drives last year where we were able to burn a lot of clock, a lot of drives last year where our defense went out there with a 1-score lead and was able to close it out. So you got to be great in those type of situations. And obviously you have to have the physical conditioning too to last, and that's where we think we have a great advantage with David Feely and how he trains our guys.
Duke All Access is brought to you by Gatorade, created to hydrate better than water. Gatorade, the official sports drink of Duke Athletics.
Turn up the heat on the competition this season with CPI Security, proud partner of the Duke Blue Devils.
Hey, what's up, roomie? I got us some Jersey Mike subs.
Danny DeVito? Are you my freshman roommate?
And that doesn't matter. This is a Jersey Mike's commercial where the subs matter most. I mean, look how big that is. We'd eat that for lunch and for dinner. Hey, we eat that. Hey, who let the rents in? You want a Jersey Mike's?
Introduce us to your new roommate.
Mom, it's Danny DeVito.
That's mine. Don't touch it. Where the subs matter most. It's a Jersey Mike's thing. A sub above.
from the mountains to the coast and everywhere in between. Duke's researchers are working hard for North Carolina, so you can be there for the moments that matter the most. From our labs to the ones you love.
Duke Research saves lives.
Officially spotted at the 7. Here's a carry for Jacquez Moore, running left, cuts inside, touchdown! Jacquez Moore with his first of the season, and like a blur, the Blue Devils take it down the field for the first touchdown of the night. Off the left hash, here's the snap. Inside handoff, the freshman running back is swallowed up in the backfield. Nick Morris made the play. Play fake rolls to the right. How about Hazley for the touchdown? Nice play call for Jonathan Brewer, and it's 19-0.
Anytime you have a year taken away from you, you're going to have a hunger and a desire to get back and an appreciation for the game. Look at what Eli Pankel's impact on our football team a year ago after almost missing 2 years. Jacquez Moore, Jeremiah Hazley, and Nick Morris were three guys we expected to have big roles on last year's team, and they were big misses. And the guys that filled in for him performed admirably, but there was a reason why we expected big years of from all three. And now they've worked to come back. With Jacquez, we're hoping for more explosive runs out of our running back position. Jerry just provides so much football IQ and experience at tight end. And then Nick just gives us a speed element at middle linebacker that we didn't have a year ago, and an intelligence factor that's off the charts. So we're happy to have all three of those guys back, and you want them, like Eli did last year, to have the reward of their hard work and rehab to get back to the spot.
Last year was like the first real year that I took a real season off from playing football. I mean, I've been playing football since I was 7 years old. So, it's really hard to really think about and go through the process of like not playing football for a whole season. So, my head really went into like how can I be a leader? How can I help those on the field that are playing? I would say the biggest key was actually talking to some of my teammates who have gone through an injury like this. A big one was Eli Pankel. He had suffered 2 injuries in the past where really he lost a lot of playing time, and he really just helped me get through that whole process. And there was guys also along the way that were hurt that kind of really helped me get in the right frame of mindset. It's a hard thing to really overcome, and a lot of people talk about the physical aspect, but I feel like the mental is the hardest thing to get over, especially when you get back on the field and you're running around. You're like, can I really trust this thing? And you really can. So I feel like people that have gone through the same situation as me in the past, especially teammates like Eli, like Nicky Dalmolin, like they really helped me get through the process.
I was expecting a very fun season for myself, and obviously the success that the team had last year was amazing to witness and be a part of, just not on the field. And it was a very stressful time. I felt like I wasn't contributing, and that kind of like stressed me out a little bit. But I think that through that experience, I've really improved in my resilience and perseverance, and I find myself taking football for granted less, and I feel like I have a new mentality for football. I'm 100% diligent, disciplined, and super excited for the season. Even more than last year, and really excited to prove myself. And I think we have a really special team this year, really special defense. Guys are ready, and the culture I think is the best it's ever been.
Last year was pretty rough for me. From a mental standpoint, I've never dealt with a season-ending injury of that nature, but having my teammates around me during that process was, I think, what helped me get through it. It was weird territory, trying to, dealing with ankle injuries. And, ankle injuries kind of linger, and they never really fully go away. So, just trying to deal with it the first couple weeks and, trying to come back for the UNC game and, kind of re-injuring it and starting over at phase 1 kind of put me in a dark place. And I figured out some things about myself that I really didn't know. having the game of football taken away from me for the first time like that. And you know, I think just having my teammates around me, you know, those guys pulling up on me after the games, inviting me out, you know, after the games, trying to keep things as normal as possible. Because I think they understood too that this was kind of like the first time in my career where I really didn't have the game of football. And but yeah, I think just being around those guys and talking to my family a lot, talking to my mom, you know, just really helped me get through those times. She helped me understand that, you know, I'm more than just a football player. There's more to life than just a game of football. And I think that's like the biggest takeaway I kind of took from last year. I'm definitely more than a football player, and football is not just who I am. It's a part of me, and you know, going through that, I figured out, you know, a lot more about myself.
It's bow time. Breakfast, lunch, or dinner, the Carolina legend can make your tailgate a winner. We're talking crispy chicken, made from scratch buttermilk biscuits, and all the fixins to feed your crew faster than you could say touchdown. Let Bojangles do the cooking. Order your tailgate today. It's bow time.
We understand your time is important, and so is how you measure it. You may want a beautiful timepiece that's able to perform under intense pressure. Or you may want a chronograph with unparalleled accuracy and a sophisticated style. At Reed's Jewelers, you'll find the perfect watch to measure your time. Time is the currency of your life. Measure it well.
Thought they were out of style, huh? Well, check their new game day fit. Oh, snap! DirecTV got hot.
That's right. DirecTV is flexing with all those pro and college games at your fingertips. This ain't your dad's cable, son. It's couture.
Thank you. I got this. Catching your favorite teams is easy. Whether it's on live TV or streaming, your games are front and center.
We're talking tailor fit. DirecTV ain't playing.
They're playing football.
Well, yeah, obviously they're playing football, but they knew what I was talking about.
You look ridiculous.
I think you look nice.
Yeah, you look nice, too.
It's bow time. Breakfast, lunch, or dinner, the Carolina legend can make your tailgate a winner. We're talking crispy chicken, made from scratch buttermilk biscuits, and all the fixins to feed your crew faster than you could say touchdown. Let Bojangles do the cooking. Order your tailgate today. It's bow time.
Hear live, out-of-market play-by-play this year with the Varsity Network app. In a truly unique listening experience, capture every moment and all of the drama. Powered by Learfield, the Varsity app delivers the soundtrack of your favorite teams. Access live and on-demand audio broadcasts, plus over 100 official school podcasts for free through the Varsity app. Download the Varsity Network app today.
Duke Football 360 with Dave Harding.
Coach, the season's upon us. It's great to have you back and to have this opportunity to discuss things throughout this year. We'll get to the board portion, breaking down tape very soon. That's going to be back in the show. But before we get there in weeks to come, I'd love to talk about preseason camp and what you've just gone through leading up to a very difficult schedule, both home and on the road. My first question is, who's camp more taxing on? Is it the coaching staff or the players?
It probably depends on who you ask.
Yeah.
Everybody. And that's part of the design, right? It's designed to test you, right? Because everybody's excited on day one. Everyone's coaching hard on day one. All the players are playing hard on day one. And over the course of time, will your circumstances allow you to lower your standards, right? And the teams that can persevere through that time have a better chance of persevering through the ups and downs of a football season.
How do you go about scheduling and planning what a team's going to go through during the course of a preseason period?
Yeah, there's a lot that goes to it. We have some guidelines. There's a certain amount of days off they have to have. You know, back in the day we had 2-a-days. Those are all gone. You practice once a day. We're unique here at Duke. Our guys are still in school. We have a graduate program that goes on, so we're never not in school. So we've got to schedule around classes, make sure guys have a chance to get to class, evening meetings after class is over. And then you have to give the team the right amount of dosage of what they need from a football standpoint to be prepared for the season.
What about from a mental perspective? You know, there's so much focus, obviously, on the physicality around this game, but keeping players' minds sharp and making sure that they're up to speed on what's going to be required of them from a playbook perspective.
Yeah, well, there's no time of the year that you get the football intensive training like you do during training camp. I mean, it is every day, all day, and it's relentless. You know, you go to bed and you have dreams about football practice, you know. And so you get to really develop guys, and guys make big jumps of understanding of what we're trying to do, because you just get that constant feedback. And then really you decide who your team is, and then you have to shift and get into game week, where now we're trying to find a way to win a game.
How much truth is there to the personality of a team gets developed during preseason? Obviously, you've got a little bit of an understanding through the spring period, but is it true that you're forging the identity of that group during the preseason, or does some of that develop as the year goes on?
A little bit of both, and I would also say in the summer, I think the soul of the team is developed, right? Just how they work in the summer when no one is watching. I think when you get in training camp is just the football side of it, right? The fight of the team, I think, is an off-season deal. The execution of the team is what you find out in training camp. And then as you go through the season, now can you respond to the ups and downs of just wins and losses and all the things that come in the football season.
Did anything surprise you about this year's preseason camp as we go into the year?
I don't know if it's a surprise, but I've been pleased with, you know, our guys. We'd have a bad day. You know, there's not a day where they don't want to practice. They get out there every day. They work hard. They want to work hard. They want to be coached hard. And I think, and we were very fortunate to stay healthy, which of course that's always, you know, an important deal. And I think our guys left training camp in a good place mentally and physically to go attack the season.
What's one thing that a fan might be surprised to learn about that period that's considered camp?
Well, I think one, just the amount of hours that they spend on football. And I will say, if the normal person just spent the day with our guys that do the football, then go to class, and then have to come back and do the football, and just see how intensive their day actually was and how much they learned and how much the football learning really is an academic learning. It is a foreign language class that they're trying to figure out. We as a coaching staff, we're proud of our guys, and sometimes we're in awe of them. And they, like I said, to come to work with a great attitude every day is what makes coaching at Duke so special.
Hayes in the Barn preseason camp is done. The season's upon us, and we'll get to breaking down a lot of the X's and O's and big plays from the season in weeks to come. Thank you, Coach.
Yep, thank you.